Hey guys, here at Ross Motorsports, ordering a new bass cat. I'll share more about that in the near future, but Jeremy and I walked out and man, you got some inventory.
I do. Yeah, we keep a good variety of boats, new and used. You know, we're fortunate enough to be able to take in trades on boats, and we've been very blessed with being in an area where we cater to just about every brand and every brand buyer.
You were talking about this morning, where are you working on a trade right now from?
I've got a guy in New York that I'm currently working a boat deal on a new bass cat. He's actually running an Ikon. I've actually just got an Ikon in as well that's already here. So if you're in the market for an Ikon and want a low-hour boat to save some big money, let me know. We can make that happen for you on a super clean one. In fact, it's actually got a show on it, which is not something you see on an Ikon every day.
Where is that boat? Let's go check it out.
Yeah, that's right here.
So I was walking around, so I see obviously bass cats, I see a Ranger, I see a couple bay boats, I see Nitro. That's a big Ikon, holy smokes.
This is their flagship model, the LX, which is their biggest, nicest, most expensive boat that they offer. This boat is pretty much turnkey. It's got two 126 SV Garmin LBS 34, Garmin Force trolling motor. It's 21 foot, it's got a 50 show on it. The boat, the motor, everything on it, still under warranty. I think it's right at about 60 hours, so not even broke in as far as Yamaha is concerned. Super clean, showroom condition.
Is that a 250 or 3?
It's a 250.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Got an Atlas hydraulic jack plate, 8-foot Raptors. Super clean boat. You know, if you ever price one of these boats, you know they're a little pricey, but we can definitely save you some money on a very slightly pre-owned Ikon. And this is one of the better looking ones that we've seen. You know, silver is always a big hit. Yeah.
And I ask you, if you had to make boat deal of the month for a used boat, what would you be showing somebody?
Well, the boat that I think that would apply to would be our 24 Jaguar. You know, this boat is super clean, very well taken care of. Also a very low hour boat. I think it's around 50 hours. This boat is a true 22-foot boat. It's set up with Garmin. It's actually got the 1243 series Garmin, which are kind of between the EcoMat and the 8600 series. It's also got an extremely well set up lithium battery rigged out here in the back with all your breakers and everything all organized and nice and neat. One of the better battery setups I've ever seen on a boat. It's also got a 250 show. It's got 10-foot power poles with crappie brakes.
Good Lord. And this was a crappie fishing guide, right?
So this was actually, there's a guy out there, I believe his name is Crappie Dan, and he's got a bit of a following as well. And this is one of his boats, you know, and you know, of course, everything he uses, he takes very good care of it. And
it looks really clean.
It is. It's a very clean boat.
Tires look brand new.
They are. Yeah. Like I say, it's turnkey. It's got a power pole trolling motor on it. You know, lots of good equipment. And if you've priced a new Jag lately, we've got this one. I believe we've got it at 85, and I'd probably make somebody a deal for 83 on it.
What year is it?
It's a 24.
Okay.
And like I say, very low hours, super clean, rigged out with Garmin, and you know, he's spent some coin on it for sure, and we can pass some savings along to somebody who's wanting to get into a good, clean, bigger boat that handles good rough water, still a 70-mile-an-hour boat without having to spend 6 figures. So
got it. And then you got some bay boats.
I do. You know, we're a Blazer Bay dealer, although we've sold out of all of our Blazer Bay boats. We do have them on order. This is a little boat that we took in the other day. It's actually
let's walk this way to get away from that fan.
This is a small Texas boat company. We took this boat in on trade. It's Trinity Bay is the company, and well, Topwater Skiffs, and this is their Trinity Bay. I had that backwards, but they're a little company out of Texas, I think, kind of over there in the splashless area. They build a handful of boats a year. This is a straight up fishing boat. I mean, it's all business, but I actually like that about it. You know, a lot of these boats are kind of a cross between, you know, comfort and fishing. This one is straight up fishing. So if that's what you like to do in the bay, this boat will do it.
You said it's a little boat, but it's got to be
21 foot.
Oh, that's all it is. God, it looks bigger than that.
It's got a whopping 8 hours on it.
Somebody bought it and didn't fish.
Well, the guy just, you know, full transparency, the guy that bought it had been in bigger bay boats his entire life. Wanted to downsize and found out that downsize just doesn't work for his kind of fishing.
Yeah.
He likes to go out deep, and so he went back to a 25-foot Blazer Bay and traded this one in. But you know, for a lot of people, even in freshwater lakes, I mean, these are great boats, especially if you're a guide. I mean, you can take people out and fish 3-4 people easily out of this boat. You know, it's got many purposes other than the bay. So.
What's a boat like this sell for?
This boat, I believe we've got up for $39 to $95. But you know, we can also talk about working a deal on this boat. For
How
sure.
much?
$39 to $95.
That's all they are.
Yeah.
Holy
now,
cow.
I'm new to this boat, which this one's got 8 hours on it. But if you do your due diligence, a new boat like this is going to be around $50-$55 at dealers. So you know, if you want to save some pretty big money on a slightly used boat, still under factory warranty, this would be a good one.
I would say you could drag kids around on a tube with it too.
You probably could.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That 150 will get it done.
What do you got in new cats?
New cats, you know, believe it or not, we've almost sold completely out, but I do have this 26 Ira, super clean boat. It's the new Volcano Red with black flake on charcoal mist with, looks like we've got Malibu red trim, and it's just a beautiful boat, gorgeous. We did the reflex flooring on the entire boat. We've got the new 26 Bass Cat seats. We did the 18-inch Contra wheels on it by Fuel. It's got a 250 Pro XS Mercury. You know, this is an SP boat, which comes with 212s. Of course, we're a Garmin dealer, so that's how we rigged it out. Two 126 SVs, LVS 34, Garmin Force Pro trolling motor. Of course, that trolling motor does have the reverse function, so if you are
so that's the new one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if you're forward facing on some fish and want to back off of them without having to change your sonar direction, you can reverse course with this trolling motor, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All things considered. We did the Merc monitor gauge on this one, hot foot. We did a Handy's kill guard, Bob jack plate, 8-foot blades. Of course, the 250 Pro XS, brand new, 0 hours. Just a fantastic color scheme, well put together.
That's a pretty boat.
It really is. I mean, it's and you know, this lighting doesn't do it justice. When we put it out in the sun, it's just one of those boats that just, I mean, it hits so hard it'll stop traffic. And then my other new cat is actually a 26 Cougar, very similarly equipped.
Well, now, was the era 25 or 26?
It's a 26,
Okay,
yes sir.
yeah.
And a good way to spot that right off the bat are the new style seats.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yes, sir. And this is a 26 Cougar SP. This boat is very similar, both with the 126 Garmin graphs, LVS 34. It's got the new Garmin Pro on the trolling motor, Bob jack plate, 250 Pro XS, 8-foot blades. I mean, you know, this setup has been working well for us over the years. You know, the Garmin's very easy to use. Their forward-facing sonar, in my opinion, is the best out there. I know a lot of guys will disagree with that, but that's just how I feel.
Not many.
Well, you know, I know I'm not the only one, but there's going to be some guys out there that are brand loyal, and I get it. But at the end of the day, it's still a Bass Cat, you know, and you know, what makes them special, of course, is the fact that, you know, they're all just a little different in their own way. You may have a similar color scheme, but not exact. You know, and that's kind of what makes them special is you're not out there in a cookie cutter boat, same color as everybody else. So.
I don't know those wheels.
So this is the new Fuel Contra 18-inch wheel from Bass Cat. You can get them in black, and you can now get them in machined. And this is their new 18-inch wheel option for a dealer or a manufacturer agreement with Discount Tire. They're now going to carry this line of the fuel wheels.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And of course, all Bass Cats, if you go with their Bass Cat trailer, they're hand built in the factory, custom pinned and painted to match the boat. You know, you'll see that on our IRA, you'll see that on the Cougar. And then some of the subtle little differences that people may or may not know about on the 26. You've now got a lighted badge on the outside here on the side of the trailer.
Okay.
They've also come back here and this is all just little stuff that, you know, may or may not appeal to people. I love it, but they've smoked out all the LED lights in the back. So instead of having red, it's all smoked LEDs. They added one underneath the roller here on the trailer. And they're now sending the premium boats with a DD26 transom saver.
$400.
Yep, and then also Bass Cat steering stops now come with the 26 model. So, you know, little things that, you know, we all want on our boat, and, you know, in the grand scheme of things aren't a huge deal, but, you know, that's still $200-300 in transom saver and steering stops.
Yeah.
So
versus a piece of 2x4 that came with it before.
Absolutely. So, you know, we got a lot of customers that'll get here to pick up their new boat and not have one and have to buy it right here now.
By the way, I got my hand up because I was one of those.
Yeah. So, you know, they give it to you now. So, pretty cool. This one looks a little naked because we haven't mounted the windshield on it yet, but it does come with a windshield. I get asked that quite a bit.
I actually never put mine on my boat.
Well, here's the story behind why we don't put them on until they sell. We had a customer that we put the windshield on who didn't want it on.
Yeah.
And we had already drilled the hole, so we had to get him a whole new console. So now we don't mount them until the customer says, "Yep, I want it mounted."
Well, because in my case, now that's a flush mounted graph. When I'm running 2 graphs across, they're high enough to act as a windshield. So I never put them on.
Yep.
John's got them in a compartment over there.
Yep.
So by the way, you never said kind of where are you on the Era? Because that's the Go Fast boat, and that's loaded. I mean, it's got the full reflex flooring.
It is. You know, we are asking $89,995 on the Era. Of course, you know, we're ready to work a deal on it, as always. You know, we want to move inventory, and we're here to sell boats. So if you want to see what we can do on one of these new Bass Cats in stock, give me a shout. You can reach me direct at 936-645-9352. We'll work a deal down to the bone. If you've got a trade, we'll do our best to give you all the money on it. As you can see, we're not scared to take a trade in. So
and your rates have come down a little bit.
They have, yes sir. We have for the first time in a long time, you know, seen some rates down in the 6s, and so you know, again, we can't control rates or what they do, but these banks are digging deep and they're getting deals done, and they're giving some pretty competitive rates for this time.
So interestingly, guys, of all the stuff I've heard from the guys that I've referred to Ross over the last couple of years, one of the most consistent comments is you beat the credit unions, you're getting people approved at better rates than they've got anywhere else. And it's because it's y'all's finance department. I mean, it's silly to say that, but they make a big difference for you guys.
They do. You know, we've picked up banks over the years, and we've got such a variety and a diversity in our finance department that, you know, we can shop rates around, find the best deals, and, you know, it's such a crazy thing because, you know, every deal is different. You know, one bank may love the deal, one bank may not, but, you know, we've got choices, and that's what, you know, gives us the ability to give the customer the best deal possible. So
cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Guys, I'm gonna just walk y'all around, and I'm not gonna keep up Jeremy's time, but I'm gonna just show you what I see in inventory. So just so you know what they've got in used and new boat inventory over here. Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. Thanks again.
All right, so we got a G Sportsman 1910. We got a boat that I have wanted for years. So years ago, I had a tri-hull stick steer, and look at here, beautiful little panfish boat, stick steer boat. Those are so much fun to drive, and that all comes, by the way, from my grandfather. Not my grandfather. My grandfather passed away when I was young, but my grandmother's second husband had a boat like that, and he used to take me fishing on DeGray, and I remember thinking how cool it was to watch him drive that boat. So John's standing in front of a used Skeeter. There's a G3 bay boat. Back here we've got a Caracal. That's a pretty boat in a dark color. I'd like to see that one in the sunshine. Another Caracal. These are obviously some used boats. Another Skeeter, ZXR 19. I bet there's a deal to be had on that boat. That would be a pretty fast boat right there with the 250, especially if you flashed it. Another Skeeter, a Nitro pontoon boat over there. I think we already talked about that Skeeter. That's the Era we looked at. That's the Ikon we looked at. Another Skeeter, team guy. Probably not a team guy anymore, just saying. And that last one over there is a Ranger. What Ranger is that? I think that's a 520C unless my vision's not correct. Look at there, 521C. That's the boat I ran. The last boat I ran was a 521C. Well, that's gotta be maybe a 2016-ish model. That's actually a clean Ranger. With the big giant sofa seats in it. So there you go, guys. It's crazy to see where all these boats come out of. They really do go all over the place. Oklahoma, Tennessee. What was that one? Yeah, Tennessee. So Jeremy gave you his phone number, or you can reach out to Ryan or just anybody here at Ross Motorsports and they'll take care of you. Thanks for watching, guys.